In Georgia, you can regain possession of a property from a tenant in only one of two ways. The tenant conveys possession to you by giving you the keys, or the marshal conveys possession of the property after a lawful eviction procedure. Here is a problem we see several times a year at tenant move-out. The tenant stops paying rent. The tenant moves out of the property as far as we can tell, but the tenant does not convey keys to us, and the tenant leaves personal property in the residence. This could be clothes, furniture, food in the refrigerator, a broken television, whatever. In this scenario, we don't have keys, so we don't have possession. What are our options? My name is Andy Wrighton with Wrighton Property Group, a property management company in Atlanta, Georgia. This video is part of a series on do-it-yourself landlording, and this particular video is about a form letter I have developed, which I call Notice of Abandonment of Property. This form is available for free on our website, www.houseatlanta.com, at the DIY landlording page. In this scenario I just described, which I call a partial move-out, we have two most obvious options. Number one, wait for the marshal to come. If you haven't started an eviction action, you should initiate one beginning with a demand letter, which is described elsewhere in this series. If an eviction is already in process, wait for the eviction to culminate in a visit from the marshal. This can take months, but if the tenant has not given you keys, it is the only way to take possession of the property without the risk of a lawsuit for wrongful eviction. Option number two, take possession of the property now. Change the locks, throw out all the stuff the former tenant left behind, do all the turnkey work, put the property back on the market, and get a new tenant in the property paying rent. You don't face the delay of waiting for the marshal to come, but you are at risk for a wrongful eviction judgment, since your tenant has not turned over keys and also has not removed all their stuff. You don't have legal possession, and if the tenant sues you for wrongful eviction, the tenant will very likely win. If you wait for the marshal to come, you face vacancy costs of up to several months, plus the risk the property may be vandalized while vacant. If you take possession before the marshal comes, you risk a judgment for wrongful eviction. Neither of these options is a win for you. Here is a middle path procedure I have developed that is a compromise between waiting for the marshal to come and simply taking possession of the property immediately upon finding the tenants have moved out. I send the tenants a copy of my form letter, Notice of Abandonment of Property, by several means. I mail a copy to the tenant's last known address, usually the property itself. I send copies by email and text if I can. I tape a copy of the letter to the front door. I give the tenant notice of a week or so, and then I rekey the property. I put a lockbox on the front door with a copy of the new key in it. I take all the tenant's potentially valuable stuff and put it somewhere on the premises for a few weeks or months, basically until I relet the property. This place could be a garage, a closet, or a back bedroom. Then I do the turnkey work, working around the old tenant stuff, and market the property to a new tenant. Let's say 3 weeks have passed and the former tenants show up wanting their valuable stuff. Following my procedure, you can still give the tenants their valuable stuff and even return possession of the property to them if necessary by simply giving them the combination to the lockbox on the front door. This strategy does not eliminate all risk, but if you choose to rekey a property your tenant has abandoned rather than wait for the marshal to come, it will reduce your risk of a wrongful eviction judgment. I am not an attorney and do not provide legal advice. The materials available at this website are for informational purposes only. You should contact your attorney to obtain advice with respect to any particular issue or problem. Good luck out there. If you decide to seek out professional property management, I hope you will remember my company, Andy Wrighton here with Wrighton Property Group.